Hello and welcome back to the Pilates for Horse Riders course. In this lesson we'll focus on one of the key elements for riders, and that is core strengthening and core activation. A strong core is essential for stability, balance and effective communication with your horse. So the core really is the powerhouse of your body, and by developing core strength through these Pilates exercises, you can enhance your riding performance, maintain upright posture more easily, and improve your ability to give clear and precise aids. So in this lesson, we are going to learn how to engage your pelvic floor muscles and your deep abdominal muscles. And this will help you to build core stability, improve your seat, and develop the strength required for various riding movements. So I am actually going to make more detailed lesson about core muscles. So we are not going to go too deep into the anatomy in this video. I'll just go over it very briefly. So in Pilates, there is this concept called Pilates powerhouse, and that's basically our core. So the pelvic floor is the floor of that powerhouse. Our diaphragm is the roof of the powerhouse, and then our abdominal muscles and our back muscles, especially the deep muscles, are the walls of the powerhouse. And what's important to know about these core muscles is that actually they should be working by themselves without you having to actually think about it. However, quite often they can become dysfunctional for various reasons. For example, if you had some episodes of pain, or if you have been pregnant, and if you have delivered a baby, or if you have had some injuries, or just overall sedentary lifestyle can really make these muscles dysfunctional. So in these exercises, we are going to make sure that you can access those muscles and that they are actually awake, so they have not fallen asleep. That is something that can sometimes happen. And also we are going to make sure that they are actually strong enough to do their job properly. And if you can first practice this with these exercises without the horse, so off the horse, then it is so much easier to actually also access those muscles when you are riding, and without even having to think about it that much. So we are going to learn how to activate your pelvic floor muscles and how to activate your deep abdominal muscles, and these things you can also play with when you are riding. And again, you can do these exercises in any position you want. So you can be sitting, you can be standing, and you can be lying down. For a change, I'm going to do this lying down, because then it might be the easiest to really concentrate on those muscles, and you don't actually even have to really support yourself in an upright position. So that's why it's sometimes a good place to start. So I'm going to go and lie down. And again, I will find my neutral position first. So I'll check my pelvis, and I'll have my knees bent and my feet flat on the floor. So in this position, just do a little checkup in our alignment. So I'll check my pelvic position. So there should be this little space under my lower back, but this I don't want to exaggerate, so I don't want my back to be like this. I want to bring my lower ribs down on the floor, and then I want to really stretch my neck long. So I have the back of my head on the floor. Now I am in quite a nice alignment. And first, just breathe a couple of times and really try to find that relaxation. And what is so important is also that we can really relax these deep muscles as well. So it's not that we should be contracting them all the time. Sometimes they can even really go into cramp if we are like sucking our belly in all the time. It's really important that we can really actually also find that relaxation. Good. And now we will start with the pelvic floor, and then we will add the deep abdominal muscles also. So when we think about deep abdominal muscles, it's the transverse abdominis muscle that we are activating. So to activate your pelvic floor, think that you squeeze and lift a little bit up those muscles between your tailbone and your pubic bone. And now try to keep your gluteal muscles relaxed. You can even check with your hands that they are soft, because sometimes what happens is that you also squeeze your glutes together, and that's not what we want. We want to access those pelvic floor muscles. So find that little activation between your tailbone and your pubic bone, and this little lift up. So you don't want to be like pushing hard down on your pelvic floor, but it's this gentle lift up. It's like a lift coming, like going from the ground floors up and towards your head. And then relax. So now find that relaxation again. And now we are going to connect our breathing into this exercise. So breathe in, and breathe in towards laterally towards your lower ribs and your back. And when you're breathing out, find that little activation and squeeze and lift from your pelvic floor muscles. So those muscles between your tailbone and your pubic bone. And now keep that little activation, a little squeeze. And now just breathe normally and keep that little activation there. And try to keep your shoulders relaxed, so you are not tensing your shoulders. That's something that always, quite often happens. Good. And then relax. And now you can move yourself around a little bit and really find that relaxation. Good. And the next thing that we are going to do is also activate our deep abdominal muscles. And we are going to start with the pelvic floor, and then after that we will activate those deep abdominal muscles. Now breathe in. Relax first. Breathe out. Find that activation in your pelvic floor. And then think that you draw your navel a little bit in and up. It's very, very gentle. So you don't want to overdo it. Breathe normally. Keep that little activation. Relax your shoulders. Good, and then relax again. Find that relaxation. Good. And now put your fingers on both sides of your navel, so on your belly. And now we're going to feel this activation. And what you want to feel when you are activating those deep core muscles is that your belly is drawing in just a little bit, really gently. So you don't want this hard popping of muscles towards your fingers. It's really gentle, a little bit drawing in. All right, we'll do it again. So relax, breathe in, breathe out, activate your pelvic floor, draw your navel a little bit in and up. Good. And now keep that little activation and breathe towards your sides. And then just relax. Good. So this is an exercise that you should practice a lot and in different positions. And also play with this when you are riding. Also, the activation of your pelvic floor muscles can really help to stabilize your pelvis. But you definitely should not overdo it. And you definitely want to concentrate that you are not also squeezing your butt cheeks, so your glutes, and just be really gentle with it. But that's something you can definitely just try and see what works and in what situation. What's too much and what's too little, because it varies. It's not always the same. We shouldn't be always squeezing those muscles, but it should be working they should be working by themselves, so kind of activating and relaxing like this. So what we're doing with these Pilates exercises is activating those muscles, so then they will work and do their job independently. That's really the goal here. So that's it for this lesson, and in next lesson we are going to look at a little bit more exercises and connect some movements also into these concepts of breathing and core. And after that lesson, we'll move forward to shoulder stabilization and explore why that is also a very important concept also for riders. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye!